And we're here in Austin. We just wrapped up one of the amazing sessions with a bunch of multi-million-dollar sellers. Dan, talk a little bit about what we did in the past couple
We're just going to give it some time for people to jump on, and then we're going to get into it. So, guys, you should just be rolling in right now. A bit of problem with the hotel internet here. Big piece of advice: make sure the internet works. So yeah, just getting set up here. I can see eyeballs rolling in. We're just breaking for lunch here in a second, but this room a few minutes ago was filled with over 100 seven-figure Amazon sellers, all going through TikTok, team building, systems, and we just broke down in a complete step-by-step case study on how a product went from an average of 16 units per day to 200 units per day for the week of the TikTok campaign, and afterwards sustained 60 units per day while increasing the price by 20%. So that's just some of the examples of what we've been going through this week. And then over the last hour, myself, Justin Dyson, Chris Rawlings, we've all scaled good-sized businesses. Titan as a platform now is 200 people in our team. We just walked through a complete operating system, a complete step-by-step system for team building and systems within your Amazon business. Everything from the org chart to the role documents, the job descriptions, the hiring process, the hiring brief, the scorecards, how to set your annual objectives, break them down into quarterlies, monthlies, weeklies, and daily. And we've just spent the last hour really diving. But we wanted to go live right now for our members at home. So if you're a Titan member and you're at home right now, please go ahead and comment. I want to see your comments in the chat. We miss you guys. We wish you were here. And we really want you to feel kind of some of the breakthroughs and the epiphanies and the takeaways that have taken place in these rooms. And Athena, do you want to kind of explain how these rooms have been running all week and how we've broken down into different groups?
Sure. So Dan and I have run, 30 events at this point. And every time we do an event, we kind of get the key takeaways and the feedback from our members. And what we know is that people want to get value that they can actually use in their business here and now. And so what we've been doing is separating into groups every day by level. And we've had all these incredible experts and amazing information. But then we also have a lot of great networking, and people actually sit down, laptops open, and they jam, and they actually get work done, and they connect on a level that I've never seen before. And then also we really enjoy the environment. We had this amazing Texas dinner last night, and we've been having all kinds of really fun activities, and we're actually hitting the town tonight in Austin, which is going to be great. So I want you to actually get to know some of our members, some of the key takeaways of what they've been getting from this amazing last few days.
Awesome. And then for our members at home, as you guys know, the Titan Way system within Titan is how we run every area of the business step by step. We've released a bunch of updates this week, really groundbreaking kind of breakthrough strategic frameworks in PPC. We've got a brand new PPC tool that allows you to do stuff that you can't do anywhere else in the industry. We've brought through this team building, TikTok. We've gone through new launching strategies, all within TOS and all compliant. So all of that will be coming through in the network here in the next few weeks. And make sure you look up for that update. We've also released brand new Titan Way product guidelines. Athena jumping in the background there.
I'm just trying to. He's like 6 something and I'm 5'4".
Yeah, so we've released brand new product selection guidelines with brand new market and product validation criteria that's been tested on over 200 validated and ordered products in the last 12 months alone in my team. So we'll be bringing that into the network soon. And for those members watching this, make sure you stick around to the end because we are releasing the tickets for Cancun. We are going to be in Cancun on March 27th, 2023, where we'll be doing our next members mastermind in the spring of next year, our favorite place over in Cancun, and we're going to be releasing the seats here at the end of this live here, so make sure you stick around so you don't miss that. It is for members only. If you're seeing this and you're not a member, then the way you get to Cancun is go to titannetwork.com, fill out the application form there, let's have a chat, and we'll let you know about all the details.
Okay, I love this. So we're going to walk around and we are going to meet some of our amazing members and some of their key takeaways. Okay. hear us now? Can you hear us now?
No sound.
Can you hear us now?
There's not. Yeah, let's have a look. We've got over 100 people live here. Let's see if this is working. Lost again. Yes. Okay, guys,
Yes,
give
we
me some
did
feedback.
it.
But I'm gonna go through the complete opening again, so no one heard it.
Did anyone hear the original?
No. Okay. No. So can you? Yeah, wicked guys, awesome. So bear with us here. We're dealing with hotel internet issues and everything that goes on with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the intro again because I just realized the sound wasn't working. I appreciate your guys' patience. I'm going to get rolling here. So we have been in Austin all week with Titan members at what we call our Growth Accelerator mastermind. Inside of Titan, we break members down into group 0, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, right from starting out to group 4 who are $2 million plus a year. We've got over 100 seven-figure sellers here in Austin, and we've spent the last 3 days into very intimate workshop sessions. We're going through really actionable, applicable frameworks that we implement the Titan way. We've released brand new trainings and brand new frameworks on product selection guidelines that we've just released, and we've tested on over 200 products in the last 12 months. Brand new PPC frameworks and tools, team building and system frameworks, conversion strategies, really cutting edge leading stuff. And the reason this stuff's so powerful is it's not just one person developing this, it's the hundreds of members, the tens of mentors and leaders, all feeding back into the Titan brain that we call the Titan way, that's professionally organized and documented in actionable SOPs and frameworks that you can implement in your business. Now, the goal for this, Athena, okay, awesome. We heard the intro, but not the guest. Cool. So the goal for this, guys, is for you to get insights, especially for our Titan members back home that aren't with us. We want you to get the main takeaways of what members have picked up this week. And we're also going to be releasing Cancun tickets here at the end of this for our Titan members. And if you're not a Titan member, then you should definitely go to titannetwork.com, fill out the application, and we will talk about it. So we're going to bring over here now. Let's
Come
go.
over here. Yes.
Howdy, folks.
You know what? I have to just say before he starts that as an entrepreneur, you just break through the barriers. And so most people have been like, there's no sound, there's no internet, let's just cancel this. And we were like, you know what? We're going to push through, right, Joe?
That's right.
All right,
that's
so
right.
Go ahead and tell them.
Athena is the best. Dan is the best. And I've been here this week in Austin. It's been absolutely amazing. I will say that I joined Titan not that long ago, and it was the best decision of my life. And I'll tell you why, because as an entrepreneur, as a serial entrepreneur who's been involved with many, many mastermind business development groups, this group is absolutely unparalleled. I came in thinking, I'll take a risk. What's the worst that can happen? And as it turns out that the communication, the resources, the knowledge, the platform, the systems, the software, the edge, and most importantly, the connections you make in a group like this is just unmatched. So I got to say, honestly, if you're ever considering joining Titan, this is one of the best decisions you can make to grow your business.
I love you. Okay,
Amazon.
so now, Joe,
Yeah.
you're a successful seller.
Yes.
How long have you been in business?
I've been we sold our first day on Amazon was February 16th of 2016.
Okay, now tell these guys, you're speaking to sellers out there, more seasoned sellers.
Okay, sure.
Give them some of the things that you've learned during the sessions that you're actually going to
So the actual takeaways, I think one of the most powerful things today is that in growing a business, you start out and you do so much of the business, operating so much of the business with yourself and a small team. And as you grow, you need to develop the talent around you. And to see the tools that were provided today, mind-blowing. Because I just see shortcuts and the ability to shortcut so much of the labor-intensive work that I saw that was already mapped out in the near future. Now to be able to take advantage of everything that Titan's handing off to us is incredible.
I love that. So, okay, we're going to ask
Okay.
a couple more guys.
Sure.
But here, just right before you go, one hardcore nugget for these guys that you think that they should implement in their business now.
Find yourself an integrator as soon as you can and hand off as much as you can so you can focus on the strategic development of your business.
Love that. Okay, darling. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, we're going to walk around and get some nuggets from these amazing human beings that are all around here. And do you got one here? Okay. Hey. All right, Ryan. We want nuggets. We want these guys to feel the value of what we've been providing here.
So I've been a part of Titan for 2 years. We've been a part of Titan for 2 years. I don't know if I can make the announcement yet, but my wife and I have some like really big stuff that's happened in the last week. We're not gonna talk about that now. I'm just gonna. You talked about like an action.
Okay, ready? Yeah, an action item that these guys can implement in their business.
Everybody's worried about inventory right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, I'm sitting with the group 4 guys, and everybody's trying to get inventory in. Well, I got my inventory lady in China waiting for me to make a decision. While we were in the session, one of the other leaders walked me through the process of how to release the inventory. I was able to release the inventory, drop what I needed, create the shipment plan so that she could fly units over so that I wouldn't go out of stock during Q4. I mean, it was just like right then and there, you're around people that are in the same space. We're all working in this together. Like it is a very true statement. It is a very, very true statement that we are strong together. And I was actually sitting around fire last night and someone said, you know what? I've been to all these other masterminds. What I love about Titan is we find what's working, we share it with each other, and we get people results. And my wife and I are the poster child.
Okay, tell them where you're at. Just tell them. Go ahead, babe. Tell them.
So it started 2 years ago with Titan with the goal of exiting, and we signed the page last week. We exited last week, and it was life changing for my wife and I. I was a hospice chaplain, right? Anyway, just to be where we're at today, it's still kind of like pinch yourself. Just don't put the ads or anything.
No.
You know?
Okay, I think we're back. Hi, guys. The internet has been crazy. All right, so I want to introduce you to another one of our fabulous Titans.
Hi there.
Okay, so Graham, we're all about giving these guys some value, some nuggets, because they weren't lucky enough to be here with us. So
Yes.
From all of these amazing presentations and things, tell them something that they could use for their business.
Well, for me, I'll talk about TikTok because that was like a breakout for me just then. I had a belief structure that I needed Instagram, Facebook. I needed a social presence to have any proof to go on TikTok and make a difference. Yet that presentation, it blew my mind. I didn't realize that where I'm currently sitting in my business, I can make steps and take action right now. That'll make a huge difference without the rest of it. So, look, there's so many takeouts. I can't even remember them all right now because it's just a buzz of energy over at this place. But for me, that's one thing I know. When I get back, I'm going to get straight into it.
Love that. Thank you, darling. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, coming over here. All right, hey guys, come over here with me.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt. Okay, so one of the things that we've been talking a lot about is brand building, like actual brand building. And we've also been proving that the method of being able to build a real brand on Amazon is here now. This guy is a perfect example of all that. And I'd love for you to kind of give them a little gist of something they can use in their business now, based on the things that you guys have been doing here and based on the things that have been making you so successful.
Yeah, I mean, just have fun with it. Like, take whatever you sell, take your brand. There's always a way to have fun with it and make some fun videos. So I would say just even if you sell like spatulas, you can make some recipes, have fun in the kitchen, do that. But yeah, we sell stuff for guys' balls, so it's a little more interesting. But there's definitely always an angle, and you can find that if you want to.
Okay, so Matt, give me a little more, babe. Like these guys need some actual takeaways. You're talking to a group 4 seller.
Oh, I am?
Yes, you're talking to a group 4 seller, and you're like, hey, this is what I got out of the last few days. What would you tell them that is?
Of here? Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of team building things that like those scorecards and job descriptions, everything like that.
Okay, so tell them exactly what it was. So run them through the team building stuff.
So there's actual roles that we're going to be hiring over the next year to build a team of like 10 to 15 people, and we're also going to be launching another brand that's related to our current brand. But using that team, we'll be able to do that and scale it a lot faster than the first one. So
I love that. And you have a brand that's multi-7-figure, and then you released another one recently, and that one's already scaling.
Yeah, it's already going. That's like my wife and I's side project. And I think we just relaunched it and did 5 figures in the last month. So
they did 5 figures within the last month, and a lot of this is brand building, right?
Brand building.
And knowing your customer avatar, tell them.
Yeah, you have to build it. You have to treat it like a real brand and a real business. You can't just say, I'm just selling products. It just doesn't work anymore. So,
love that.
Yeah, and then it's brand building. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, thanks so much, Charlie. All right, we're gonna walk around a little bit more. Andrew.
Hello.
Okay, so this is one of our fabulous Titan leaders, and you've been to so many events. You've been to so many things. I want to find out what. Oh, okay, speaking to this. Okay, so what are some key takeaways from the last few days?
So one thing that's been great. So I'm the leader of Group 3, and we workshopped Group 2 and Group 3 together. And so one of the insights that was amazing was we went through a SKU optimization spreadsheet. Spreadsheets, they're awesome. I love them. And we were going through and looking at the fees that people were paying for stuff. And somebody said, hey, this spreadsheet's broken. I'm paying $14 in fulfillment fees and my product is not profitable. And I said, let me fix that for you. And we look at the thing and make sure that everything's correct. And we found out, yeah, she was oversized. She was paying $6 per unit extra by mistake, basically. We figured out exactly what she needed to do to fix that. Just had to shrink her product by half an inch and fix that $6 fee, which made her product, a $30 product, profitable. That was like the single best, this one takeaway was amazing, right? So that was a Group 2, and a Group 3 person, we ended up doing A/B testing. We had this presentation called A/B testing at scale, where we take a bunch of main images, and we made 30 different main images for her product, and we just tested the heck out of it. And we found an image. We took her main image and found a new one that we A/B tested and found the best converting one. And she added that to her Amazon listing, and it doubled her conversion rate over the last 2 days. So those are the 2 biggest takeaways for my members I've seen this week.
Awesome, dude. Andrew is one of our amazing 7-figure seller. He's a leader. He's sold one 7-figure brand. Has already built second 7-figure brands. And Andrew has taken our members through split testing and how to increase conversion rates using that site that he talks about there. It's just a bit of an insight. And if you're not doing that, then get on your main image and start doing that. Okay, Rafe, today you delivered a TikTok UGC workshop and showed our Group 3 and 4 sellers, which are more than 1 million. We've got a few hundred of them here, how to leverage TikTok to drive sales. And in that, you gave us a case study of a product that went from 16 units a day to 200 units a day while the campaign was live, and then sustained 60 units a day with a 20% increase just off the back of that campaign. So what I want you to do for the people at home here is let's get really actionable, like you were talking to our members here in the room, and give them maybe 5 minutes of really actionable advice of how they can go to TikTok and leverage it. Now, this is the microphone for the live. That's separate, so hold that close and talk loud.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I want to keep this as I want to keep this as actionable as possible. So if you haven't done any external marketing or you haven't done any TikTok at all, the best way to get started is firstly download the app and actually go into it, but understand that it's not about creating your own content. Like, I'm not a content creator, but there are people that are on that platform that are already leveraging TikTok and already creating content that's engaging. So the first piece of actionable content is train the algorithm on your TikTok to show you what your consumer, your customer avatar, the people, your future customers are already consuming. Because imagine if you're on your Amazon listing and you've got your competitors, but the content that you're creating is the same thing that they're consuming off of the Amazon platform. Who do you think they're going to resonate with more? Who do you think they're going to convert with more? It's going to be with the people that are speaking their language on the platform that they're already consuming content on. So step number one, go on TikTok and find the hashtags that are relevant to your niche. So for example, if I'm selling like journals or selling like organizational products, what I would do is go and find the hashtag productivity, and I would search that and add that to my favorites. I would go, organization. I would say desk organization, for example, if this is my brand, and I would train that algorithm. And what that will do once you add it to favorites, it's going to show you what people are consuming. It's not about reinventing the wheel, it's about remixing the wheel. It's like, okay, what's already working and how can I copy it and put it onto my Amazon listing? So that's tip number one. Don't worry about having to be a creative genius. Just literally look at what's working, remix it, and apply it to your business. That's step number one. Step number two, literally getting influencer content, literally getting people to show your product in use is the most valuable thing that you can do. Let's say you have a product or a listing that has a very few reviews. It's a brand new listing. That happens, and so your competitors have many more reviews than you. It's hard to compete because people are looking at maybe 1,000 reviews versus yours, and it's brand new. Maybe it's only got like 50 reviews. It's brand new. If you have social proof, if you have videos of people using your product and talking about it, that is an element of social proof to hack that conversion rate that you would get on Amazon if you had those reviews. And so that can help give you a boost on sales on your Amazon listing. And the third thing that I would say is it's not about knowing every single piece on TikTok and leveraging it. It's about understanding, okay, there's 1 billion monthly active users on TikTok. 100 million of those users are in the US alone. 52% of them are 30 years old and older. 52%. So your customer audience, your customer avatar is on there. So I would say actually use the platform and see that it's not just kids dancing. It's people that are explaining how expanding the problem that your product, which is a solution, is actually they're actually talking about it. So actually, last thing I want to say, step number 4 is don't be scared of it. At one point you didn't know how to walk. At one point you didn't know how to launch a product. At one point you didn't know how to expand a business. You learned all that. So take it step by step. The network's here to help you out, and wish you luck, and come talk to me on the work party.
Sweet.
Okay, love that. Did you
And
want
guys,
to add
just for our members at home, if you go into the classes section inside the Titan Network, Rafai's just released a full step-by-step training program on creating UGC with TikTok, how to find the influencers, how to approach them. He gives you all the templates on how to message them, how to then engage them and get them to actually use your products, and then how to take that content and disseminate it onto your Amazon listings and around your social media and repurpose it all to drive conversion, as well as driving direct sales from their audience. So if you go into the classes section inside Titan Network, that is now available as of today, and get through that. It's all step by step with all the SOPs and all the messaging frameworks.
Okay, guys. So Becky, come here, pretty. All right. So this is Miss Becky. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Okay, we got to speak up. All right. So tell them what you've gotten from, the events, from everything.
So I'm brand new to Titan. I've been selling Lone Wolf all by myself for 7 years. And this is my first event at Titan. And oh my gosh, I should have joined so much sooner. I have learned so much in this event. So I scaled a product to $8 million without PPC. And that is like, I could have been way farther ahead if I would have just implemented PPC a long time ago. That is my number one takeaway. Number 2 is I get to build a team next. Like, holy moly, I have been doing this all by myself, you guys, and we don't have to do that. We have this amazing network. Now we have an amazing operational guideline of how to hire, where to hire, and what do you really need to take your business to the next level. And another takeaway is the A/B testing. That was so awesome in such a cheap way to do. Instead of using more expensive options, you can test every single aspect of your listing, of your product, of your images all through Prolific, and that was like such an awesome little hack or tip that I'm gonna implement next week. So it's an amazing event in a beautiful space with beautiful people.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
we
Thank
love
you very
you.
much. Right, I'm going to drop some nuggets here. So let's get on the table and let's chat here, people. So we're letting the guys get off to lunch, and we've got a few hundred people here, and we're all heading out into Austin together this afternoon, and we're going off site, and we're going to be sharing more. So what have we been covering this week? With our group zeros and ones, we've been covering the updated product guidelines within Titan's product selection guidelines. Just picking products based on keyword volume or picking products on reviews and margin is not enough. You need to understand what the entry point to the market is, and can you compete not only in the product but also in the traffic. So inside to Titan Tools for our Titan members, we've now got a market domination stat that assesses where the sales are going. We look for a depth of keywords as well as a width of keywords. We look for sales volume within those keywords, and we're looking to understand how well ranked our competitors are. We call this market gap analysis. For any of you that have joined our PPC challenges and previous challenges earlier this year, you'll understand what that gap analysis process is. But the question we're answering in this process when considering a new product is, can we compete in the traffic that is driving sales to that market? Or is there only a couple of keywords that are driving all the sales, and therefore all of the competition are competing on those 2 or 3 keywords? That's a big red ocean. So for our Titan members, look out for that update here in Titan. There's also an updated analysis section within Titan Tools that's going to give you that breakdown. What else have we talked about? We've talked about a lot about updated PPC. If any of you joined our PPC challenge earlier this year, give me a comment in the chat box, actually, if you joined our PPC challenge earlier this year in May. You'll know that we're big on following the conversion. It's all about targeting highly relevant keywords that drive high intent towards the product, therefore convert a much higher rate, and then controlling the placement of those keywords in single keyword campaigns, and then manipulating your bid towards the placement that's converting. For most products, top of search is going to be that placement, and that's what drives your organic rank. But for those highly browsable products like gifts and home decor, and those ones where the shoppers sort of diving around the results a little bit more, it's not always that top of search placement, and you need the metrics in front of you to understand the conversion rate of each placement and then adjust the bids to the placement. And for our Titan members, we just released an update in Titan Atlas, our Chrome extension, that gives you all of that data inside of Seller Central. For those that aren't in Titan, you'll see us sharing this in the market in coming weeks. But for our Titan members, look out for that update here in the next few days inside of the network, as we're going to be releasing that update in the tools.
Okay, speaking of Titan members, Henrik, come on over here. Okay, so check this out. Okay, all right. So this guy, he's like one of our first Titans ever. All right, so tell them about yourself.
Yes, my name is Henrik, and I actually met Athena here 4 years ago, before Titan, before all of this started happening. Before that point, before I met Athena, I'd taken a couple of courses, and at the time, and I think that's still the case, a lot of the gurus are not actually doing the business. And that's, I think, is the biggest difference with Titan, is that you actually have people running 7, 8. There was somebody here that had a 9-figure exit. So people are actually doing it. We started out, well, when we first started with Titan, I'd never been to China. I didn't know how to source, really how to do anything. And then you met people that were already doing it. Right now we're doing multiple 7 figures. And the biggest takeaway that I got from this Titan meetup was TikTok. I had no idea that the niche that I'm in right now was so big. I didn't even know that those brands existed. I go on TikTok in a session that we have here, and already I have a list of at least 10 influencers. That's just while the presentation was going, that we can reach out to. And we saw a bunch of brands that are just doing basic products. And because of Titan and because of the people here, we're really focused on product quality. So now when we can add the TikTok from an expert here, I think that's going to be a game changer for the business. And also now we know that the niche is much bigger than I initially thought. And I got a bunch of product ideas as well. So
love that. Thanks, Henrik. Thank you so much. Chris.
I was just going to comment on how handsome Henrik is.
Right?
I have to go after him, which is a bummer.
No, stop it. You're so handsome too. Okay, tell him all about it. Give him some nuggets.
Yeah, dude, today was a great day. We went over team building. Most Amazon businesses are just running as one person or one person and a VA. They left the corporate bureaucracy behind and they don't want to build that again for themselves, but that mindset is trapping them. So we got them out of that mindset, and we released an operating system that all of our members can literally plug and play into their brands that frees them from their brand. Because we start our businesses as entrepreneurs. First, we start it because we want to be free, and then we end up trapped inside it and working 16-hour days instead of 8-hour days, which is the exact opposite of why we started the business in the first place. The way to free yourself from that is by getting great people and great systems that those people run. And that becomes what runs your business.
I love it. Okay, so give them some direct, usable nuggets, Chris. What can they do?
So stop letting you hold yourself back. If you think, oh, I'm not a person that goes to meetings, I don't like to hold meetings, or I don't want to manage somebody, I'm fine just doing it by myself. Release your mind from that, because that mindset is holding you back, and you can never grow as one individual. You can only grow by learning to inspire others and align with others to accomplish the goals of your business. That's the only way to success.
I love it. And why should somebody show up to our next Titan Titan Mastermind?
Well, I gotta say, the day one of this mastermind, most of the members were saying just this one day alone is worth the entire event. We're now 3 days into it, and people are completely mind blown. It's not just about the content, it's also about who you meet. I met Athena at a different event like this, and it completely changed my life. Here I am now. She's one of my best friends in the world. You never know what's going to happen. This is where raw creation happens at events like this.
Love it. Thank you, darling. And Michelle, come on over, babe. All right. So this woman is a marketing queen. All right. So, baby, tell them some useful things.
Guys. Hello.
Okay. So a lot has, So
Yes.
obviously Amazon has changed a lot. And so has sort of the whole vibe of how you connect with audiences and everything, and you are on the cutting edge of all of that. So give these guys something they can use for their business in Amazon.
Okay, guys. So the main thing that we want you to understand, especially as members of the Titan Network, is that external traffic and external marketing activities are like a shiny object fest. And so we're really reining it in and providing discipline and saying, like, these are the things that we have tested that we know work. Go do these things. So, for example, today we did a workshop in-house where everybody walked away at the end of the day with several influencers that they found on TikTok that they were able to go then reach out to harvest UGC, user-generated content from. And we walked them step by step through that process. Now, you can do this process too. It is in a course that is now released in the network. And we recommend that you guys check that out for sure. Another thing to just kind of keep in mind with all of this is that you don't have to be like a content creation expert. When people think TikTok, sometimes they think like dancing videos, and that makes them deeply uncomfortable at the thought of having to do those things. So we're saying you don't have to do those things. You can have somebody else create content for you. And that's the kind of like beauty and the brilliance that we're delivering here in Titan for you guys.
Love it. Thank you, baby. All right. So we're going to walk around a tiny bit more. And what? All right. So come on over, guys. Come here, Luke. All right, Luke. So you've been here for the last few days with the members. Give them something actionable that they can use for the business here and now based on, the last few days of what we've been doing.
Sure, actionable. I guess probably the biggest thing that they can do is understand what it takes to have a great listing. We talk about this all the time, but if your listing isn't up to the standard that all your top competitors are, you will have way less chance of converting, way less chance of getting those clicks. And it really is the most important thing, because that's the first thing that the customer sees. It's the last thing that the customer sees, because those secondary images, your A+, all of that content goes towards the customer experience of your listing. And if it's not a good experience, then they won't purchase. So I would probably say understand what it takes to have a great listing, whether that's going through the bestsellers, looking at what the big brands do with their images and their visual content, but just truly understand that, and then hold your listing up accountable to everyone else, and be honest with yourself and say, is my listing as good as everyone else's? So that would be my takeaway. Just really, really focus on having an absolute A+ really sharp listing that you can then obviously make huge amounts of sales with, right?
There you go. So, guys, let me break down because I want the guys to get off for lunch, and then we've got to get to the bus in a bit here. But I want to drop down some more tips that we've been running through this week. A big theme of the week, and I don't know if you guys saw the Brand Revolution Masterclass that I did a couple of weeks back, but we've really been diving deep into the difference between buying and badging on Alibaba and designing a differentiated products. And if you saw the Brand Revolution Masterclass, you will have seen the 4 levels, Titans 4 levels of product differentiation. Level 1 being that Me Too product with a logo on it, and level 4 being that completely custom design product with 3D molding and CAD design and being on the material type, injection molds, etc. And the cost and complexity increasing along that scale, but also the more you move up that scale from level 1 to level 4, the more defensible your products are, the more they win the clicks from competitors, the more success you're going to have, and the more enterprise value you're building in that business. You see, the notion that you can just take products off Alibaba and serve keywords on Amazon now by just buying and badging off Alibaba and sticking a logo on it is really old. It's dead. That private label model no longer serves us. Success on Amazon in today's world and moving forward, especially if you want to move towards a multi-million-dollar exit, is having a real clear understanding of the audience that you're serving to, their pains, their use cases, their desires, their tastes, the things they like, the design tastes, etc. And then positioning a brand that speaks specifically to serve that audience through the brand's positioning, its creative media, its imagery, its photography, its language, speaking their language, and then releasing a range of products within that brand that are clearly designed and differentiated to serve that audience. Stop trying to sell to everyone on the platform and sell to someone, and that's where high conversion comes from. Backing that up with high quality professional content that communicates that brand's position, and that's where those higher conversion rates come from above the rest of the competitors in the category, that kickstarts that flywheel and sends you off into that massive multi-7, 8, and even 9-figure success with scale, team, and just repeating that process continuously. So we did this and we called it the Brand Revolution Masterclass. What I'll quickly actually go ahead and do here is I'll drop it into the chat box where you can go and kind of catch that later and watch that. There you go. It's on screen here. So it's secure.titannetwork.com/revolution. That masterclass is jam-packed full of actionable insights on how to design and differentiate unique products. We've got a full product innovation and design team on staff now. Chris, our product design professor, he's a professor at university of this stuff, designs a lot of our products from the ground up. And then we've got Rachel and our whole product development team doing this. And a lot of the insights and our learnings from the last couple of years of really pushing the boundaries on developing unique position brands with truly unique products have gone into that masterclass. So go to secure.titannetwork.com/revolution and go ahead and get access to that training. Right, Eric, we've got another one of our favorite type of members here.
All right. What are we doing?
So just talk to these people about like things that you were able to take away from being here for the last few days. And
Well, great highlight was the last piece of content that came from Chris and Justin. So the Titan Way operating system, we've just set a goal to say we're going to have that fully implemented through 2023. So it's a in our view, a brilliant build on EOS and Sharfin and things like that, and applied very specifically to the sorts of things we need to do. So
I love that. So if you could tell like your fellow, because you're in group 4, right?
Well, 3 actually,
okay,
but
we're
we're self-demoted to 3.
Okay,
so
perfect. If you could tell these guys like one key thing that you're immediately going to go home next week and just start doing, what would that be?
Hiring.
Okay.
We are hiring next week.
Okay.
So
and
it's relevant stuff today. So.
And what? Okay, yeah. Wonderful.
Right, awesome. So what I want to do, thank you, Eric. What I want to do is I want to jump in and get the link to members for Cancun.
Yeah.
So
tell them about it a little
yeah,
bit?
go ahead. Okay.
Hey guys, so as you can tell, the last few days have been pretty magical. There's been a lot of key takeaways, and really walking around last night and connecting with everyone and just seeing how much they were able to gain just from being around each other has been really, really special. So in Cancun, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spending a few days, and we're going to be doing the workshop style. Like if you look at this room, this is where we've been spending the last, few hours. And we actually take like laptops, open them up. And what was so remarkable is to see how everything was so actionable. They were following along. We had the exact templates. We had exact step by step, so that when they leave here, they're able to take the information that they got, they're able to implement it, and they're able to see the needle move in their business right away. So we're going to be doing the same thing in Cancun, and it's going to be on March 27th through the 31st. And Dan, come over here. Let's talk about it. So, okay, so this is like a formula that's come from a lot of trips and events and things. And so we do this combination where it's the content, but it's actionable, and you guys do it like real time. And then we do the networking, and then we have all these different sessions that are all designed in a certain way so that there is a cohesive end result. Like that's what Dan's all about. As you can tell, he wants to see you guys actually implement and get a result. And so that's what we're going to be doing in Mexico.
Yes, so we've been really focused here in Austin on the 4 main levers that drive success in today's world. First lever is brand, second lever is product, third lever is content, fourth lever is PPC. And we've dived really deep into the Titan Way framework and systems on each one of those levers, going into, as Athena said, very actionable kind of workshop environments for implementing specific strategies and tactics to achieve a specific result. And in things like team building and systems, we've just given out today a full org chart, hiring briefs, job descriptions, hiring process, scorecards, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual meeting agendas. We've developed out an Asana project template that you import into your Asana and get all that set up. So everything in the room is super actionable. Now, Mexico is one of my favorite events because in March, it's beautiful weather. It's in a 5-star all-inclusive hotel. So all your food and all your drink, everything's included within the event fee, including your accommodation. But last year we sold out and we filled that event within a few weeks of releasing. We actually got 3/4 full within a couple of days of releasing. And this year we wanted to get that done earlier. So for all of our Titan members at home, we have let members here in Austin know about this morning. So they've already got access to this. But for our Titan members at home, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to post it here on the live because this has gone to other places as well. But I'm going to go ahead and drop the link inside of the members Facebook group. And we'll also drop it in the network. And I'll drop you an email later today with the link as well to secure your seat to Mexico. So we're in Mexico, March 27th through the 31st, 5-star all-inclusive resort, where we're going to be going even deeper into the Titan Way framework. And the speed at which we're innovating and developing the framework and the strategies and the tactics is crazy right now, because you've got 50 of me all inputting a leadership level. And then you've got over 1,000 members all feeding that brain and that activity. So we've got such a massive data, both in strategic direction, tactical execution, and the data to support the tactics, that we're able to refine all of that down into step-by-step frameworks that you can deploy in your business. And by March, in 6 months' time, by March, with what we've got on the roadmap, both in our Titan tool set, in the Titan Way strategy, and also just where the membership's going in our future, I know that we're going to be developing and releasing some groundbreaking stuff that you just don't find anywhere else in the space, but you've got to be in Cancun to get access to it.
I love that. And guys, I want to just kind of create this experience in your mind. Imagine that you're with a guy like Rafe, who just did that whole TikTok thing, right?
And just by the way, Rafe is our TikTok director on our team. So he implements that across all my brands and all of our integrated brands and stuff.
That's right. Or you're sitting next to Michelle, as we brought through, or you're sitting next to Dan, or you're sitting next to Lyda, any of these guys. So the difference between this and anything that's out there is that when you go to a normal event and the guy's speaking on stage, they really have to go surface level. It's impossible to really get into the depth that these guys get into to be able to actually use the information right away. And to me, that is the most valuable thing that people have been asking throughout the entire years that I've been around in this Amazon industry, including for myself as a seller. I want to hear from this guy, or I want to hear from that person over there exactly what I'm doing wrong, how to fix it, how to ask questions right in the spot. So I just want you guys to kind of get that imagination in your mind of being able to sit in a room and actually get that done real time. There's nothing like it.
And do you know this format that we've now developed, where we decided to cancel the public event, not cancel it, but just not put it on, because where I've seen everything shift in the last few years is the stage talk. Whilst it's very inspiring, a lot of it's just the same recycled content, and it's very it lacks applicable action steps, like to actually replicate the result and implement it in your business. So we've moved away from that, and Athena and I ran those events for years in this space, as you guys know. But we've moved to these workshop environments because we've got enough people in Titan, our mentors, our leaders, and our Titan experts that are coming through from our 200-person strong operating team now, to help you implement in real time. But whilst that's amazing, in the afternoons we break out into networking activities, and the reason we do that is the conversations reaffirm the understanding from the morning. And I've even myself, we've actually got a Titan member here that joined recently who was a product developer for Procter & Gamble and was involved in developing Febreze. Now this guy's an absolute genius in that product differentiation and design process, and he was looking through my team's process. We've got like a 15-20 person strong team in this now. We're looking through our team's process, and he was consulting me and adding input to my process at scale, and we've scaled to bigger than most. But that is the talent in the membership, and that is the talent in the network and the people that we're building relationships with and having conversations. So to your point, Athena, what I'm always 9 years of doing this now, touching 9 years in this game, I'm always blown away by one conversation with a like-minded entrepreneur who trusts you and has that open mind like we have in Titan, and what it leads to in terms of epiphanies, breakthrough ideas, and then ultimately paths to growth. That one conversation that I had with our member here this morning, I've now introduced him to my head of product, and we're going to be implementing some of his experience into our process that I know he's just going to increase the result further.
I love that. One of the other things that I really enjoyed was the fireside chat that we had. We actually had a guy who had a 9-figure exit go through sort of his mindset on how he got through different barriers. For example, on his first product, he lost $50,000. And there's many people that at that moment would have been like, you know what, I'm done with this whole Amazon game. But he kept going and he kept going, and he kind of brought us through some key actionable things that you can take away from that and actually implement, not in the business, but your life. In just having that sort of, like, he has 7 children, you know, he has one with special needs. He's been through so much over those last years that for many people would have just stopped them in their tracks, but he was able to persevere and keep going. So I think, yes, it's fantastic. Like the content's amazing, the implementation's amazing, the networking's amazing, but it's also about the mindset and really being able to see you can do it. And yes, there's going to be blocks, there's going to be barriers, but when you have people like this around you, it really pushes you forward. And I think that that's been another big takeaway from the last few days.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what it is as well? Like, the game has shifted, guys. The game has got more sophisticated. This notion of just putting a logo on products and that is defined as success is over. It got us here, and we're all very grateful for that. But if you're still following that blueprint and you're still following that model, then that is not the definition of success, and you're not going to be successful on the platform with that. It's no longer enterprise value. No one's looking to buy that business. And releasing those types of products, if you're first to market, you've got a 6-month head start at best. And if you're not first to market, then all that's happening is a race to the bottom on price, because direct manufacturers are selling on the platform, cost per clicks are increasing, supply chain's more expensive with the inflation of material costs, and you're doing nothing to win the click from that market share of those search results. So the game is more sophisticated, and it has changed, but those that commit to the new model, the evolved model, i.e. the revolution, those that commit to implementing the new system for success, it is a wide open blue ocean, because less sellers are willing to put in the work. Less sellers have the access to the sophisticated systems, design processes, understand who they're selling to and how to define their audience and do all the research, how to call that out in Amazon, and then apply all the Amazon tactics to a proper brand. Less people are willing to do that, which makes a lot more room for you to succeed. At the same time, Amazon is growing year on year, and in Q3 did $125 billion in revenue, which is a 13% increase on last year, and they beat their target by 10%. Their stock went through the roof. It just shows you, even in an economy where we've got an energy crisis, a recession coming in, inflation taking place, consumers have got less disposable income to spend. More and more people are adopting Amazon as their platform of where they go and get their everyday products. And all you've got to do is talk to them specifically, because you know who they are, you know their taste, their use cases, their pains, and release the products that do that. And that's everything we're about in Titan, as well as releasing the most advanced PPC frameworks. We redefined PPC this year in our PPC challenge, teaching you how to launch with PPC without the need of rebates and keyword links and all the grey hat stuff that covered up performance before. We've gone through the best conversion tactics, the best approach to conversion, defining your audience, using your media to call out your audience, and how to win the click from competitors, both in the product's design, but also the listings presentation Minutes Media. We've then gone through supply chain and logistics optimization and efficiency, and how to get your COGS down, how to get your shipping down, how to optimize shipping lanes, how to optimize storage, 3PLs, because ultimately all of this increases your bottom line. This week we've been through setting your targets. Everyone talks about good conversion without really defining the benchmark of what good conversion is for a specific category or for a specific SKU. And this week we've spent a lot of time diving into how to set those benchmarks, because the truth of it is most of the time you don't need to do anything, but everyone that over optimize and over clicks and sometimes cannibalizes sales because they don't know when to stop. They don't know what good looks like. And in fact, they've already achieved good. So we spent a lot of time doing that this week.
Yeah. Also, we have all of these people that are experts that are on hand. So for example, with logistics, we had Forsket here, and, you know, we've worked with a lot of different players, and these guys really know their stuff. And so we've actually had experts being able to sit down on finance, on global expansion, on, you know, being able to recover lost income. Like, there's just been so many great partners here that have been able to actually real time support. Riverbend's been here. We had one guy who's listing actually got suspended while he was here, and they were able to go and actually help them. So I think it's not just like the people in the network, but it's also our expert partners that we have.
And I want to give a big shout out to our expert partners. You know, service providers that have come through into this industry over the last few years. We all know there's been a lot more, but we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. Their expertise in topics like accounting, tax, global expansion, cross-border treaties, Amazon reclaiming funds back from Amazon. Yeah, Gatita, we love Gatita. Riverbend and their team of ex-Amazon employees who can overcome all the Amazon TOS compliance challenges that we come up against. Without these expert partners, as we call them, we wouldn't be able to solve these very complicated challenges. So yeah, big shout out to Gatita, Riverbend, Avask, E53, Payability, helping our members secure short-term funding to speed up the momentum of cash-on-cash return in the business. Without our partners like this and Northbound Group in our Titan X program for exiting the business, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So big shout out to those guys. Now, guys, we've been running an hour here, and we've actually got to get out into Austin. I think we should do a few more lives over the next 24 hours.
We will.
We'll do them
This
from
one
our
was a little
profiles.
awkward with the, you know, the internet.
We're going to
and stuff.
talk to the hotel and make sure the internet's taken care of.
I'm going to actually be going live on my profile as well, so you can actually connect with the members. I wish you could have been there at the fire. There's this big, huge bonfire, and we were doing s'mores, and just the feedback I was getting from the people. I think there's something that kind of underpins all of this. It really is the love, the trust, and sort of that amazing connection that everyone has, because everyone does bring so much to the table, you know, whether they have exited for 9 figures or they're starting the journey, like just the passion that everyone has towards entrepreneurship, success, and lifting each other up is just so amazing. Like, they were literally telling me they've never been part of a group before that cared that much and was that open to really helping each other. So I think that really kind of underpins it. And I would just want to put a shout out there to all my Titans, just for your amazing energy and just for being a part of this incredible world we've created.
Titans, if you weren't able to make it here in Austin, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Cancun links in the group right now. We do have limited capacity with the hotel contracts and the room availability. So go ahead and lock that in. Different to Austin, Cancun includes your accommodation, it includes your food, your drink, everything is included because it's Mexico, because it's all inclusive.
Let me just give them just a tiny tidbit on that. This is one of the nicest resorts in all of Cancun. Everything's included, the most incredible breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And then they literally have these little carts going by with like tacos and like ice cream. Like, you just can't even get enough mojitos from these people. They basically will just hand them to you all day. So you're so well taken care of. I think Mexico just has the best hospitality out there. I just love this hotel. And last time we did like an Aztec Mayan night, and there was like fire things, and then we have a gala where you oversee the entire ocean, and we had a fireworks show and a light show and a concert. And so, you know, part of this whole journey is living life and experiencing amazing things. And I think we definitely tick that box in Cancun.
Yeah, Cancun's awesome, guys. So for our members, I'll drop that in the members Facebook group. I'll drop it inside of the network. For members here in Austin, because I know we've got some people watching this while we're here in Austin, I've just dropped it into the Telegram announcement chat for the event here in Austin as well. First come, first serve. We do have limited capacity, and we've got over 1,000 members that have said they want to come to this thing. So, and we've only got a few hundred places. So make sure you jump on that. And if you're not part of Titan, and today's kind of rocky start to this live has given you a bit of an insight over what we actually get done inside of Titan. It's all very actionable. It's all very leading edge. It's not half-baked stage talk. It's stuff that's coming out of actually operating. Our team, as I said now, within Titan, are 200 100 operators. We have 200 people on payroll across a number of different countries. Most of the management's US and Europe. And we're across multi-8 figures in sales ourselves, as well as over $1 billion in sales within the network. $1 billion. All of that feeds back into the Titan Way system that we call the Titan Way on PPC, launching, product development, product design, product selection, content, branding, brand positioning, supply chain, team building systems. All of these frameworks are inside the Titan Way, and the momentum and the snowball effect that's happening now, a couple of years into this, of how quickly we're developing strategies in every single one of those areas simultaneously, can't be replicated by yourself, and it can't be replicated by anyone else that's just a single guru at the top of the mountain saying his way is the best way. Inside of Titan, there's just so many brains now feeding the Titan brain, and we would love for you to come and be a part of that process and benefit from it, as well as feedback into it. And you can do that by going to titannetwork.com, filling out the quick survey there, jumping on a call with Athena and her team, and then hopefully we see you in Mexico in March, where we'll be carrying on our next Titan Mastermind. Now, before we finish up as well, what I want to do here...
Before we totally finish up, I want to say that Dan did like his s'more. We've had a lot of people asking.
Oh, I love s'mores. Where were s'mores in my life all my life? Yeah, I've learned a lot about American culture this week. Another thing here, guys, who here on the chat has been to one of our Titan holiday parties before? We've done them for 3 or 4 years now, I think longer.
No, a lot longer.
Yeah, a lot longer.
So we do these beautiful Christmas parties. We have London on December 2nd. We're going to be doing Clearwater, Florida on December 16th. And then we're going to be in Los Angeles on the 21st of December. And these are just glorious holiday parties. We have people coming from all over. You don't have to be a Titan member. Amazon sellers, bring your family. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous time. So go ahead and click on that so that you can get more information.
Go to titanholidayparty.com.
That's right.
We're doing it in 4 locations in December.
Australia too.
So we've got London, Florida, LA, and Brisbane in Australia. Go over to titanholidayparty.com. For less than $100, you get to access a dedicated festive event full of Amazon sellers.
Great food and drinks and dessert, and we have DJ everywhere. Like, it's just glorious, and it really came out of the fact that I just like parties. So anyway, go to
titanholidayparty.com. Surround yourself with like-minded sellers. Get those networking conversations going. As I said, all of my major breakthroughs in this industry in the last 9 years have come out of a conversation at an event. And TitanHolidayParties.com is where you can kind of enjoy the festive season, have a glass of wine, or if that's your thing, but really surround yourself with like-minded people in those locations and just have a nice end to the year. Talk about your goals for the next year and then do that.
I love that. And just one last point on that, like, guys, really, I think another thing that's been really special about this is having people have clear goals, right? And really having a plan of action, and then also having people around them to hold them accountable to themselves and to push them hard. I feel like all of us here at Titan, we don't let anyone fail because we really continue to push them forward. And that energy is going to drive us into the next year and help us all achieve amazing, amazing things.
Awesome. So guys, go about your day, enjoy yourselves. Athena will be going live next 24 hours.
Go to my page. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to connect you with all kinds of great people, but thank you so much for being on this live, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you in the holiday party.
Titan members, get on the Cancun page, get your spot secure. Don't come to us later going, I want to come now, and we've booked out all the spots. Get in if you're serious about joining us in March 27th of March to the 31st of March 2023. We're in Cancun for the next Titan members only mastermind, where we're just going to build on everything we're doing here. As for members that have been here in Austin, you've seen all the brand new tool updates, stuff in the Titan Atlas that gives you all that data in the campaign manager. You've seen the brand new team building and system framework, new PPC frameworks, new conversion frameworks. We've given you a complete step-by-step course on UGC and TikTok and how a product went from 16 units a day to 200 and then 60 sustained. And we've given you all the step-by-steps. And as we continue to push forward,
we've also given you lifelong friendships and experiences that will last forever.
Yes. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here because we've got to get out to Austin, but we'll see you